A single lamp lit the corner of my apartment as I stared at my laptop screen, credit card statements stacked like a mountain, each line a reminder of a decision I couldn't justify anymore. Rent was due in 4 days. My account balance? Laughable. I wasn't reckless. I was just tired. Tired of trying to keep up with bills, with trends, with this fast-changing world where AI seems to do everything better, faster, and cheaper than humans. They said AI would make life easier. But lately, it felt like it was taking everything: jobs, peace, even confidence. I'd scroll through social media and see everyone crushing it with side hustles, investments, passive income streams. Meanwhile, I was drowning in subscriptions I didn't remember signing up for. That's when it hit me: maybe the problem wasn't AI. Maybe it was me not knowing how to use it. What if, instead of fearing technology, I could make it work for me? That thought changed everything. Because the next morning, I looked at my phone and said something I never thought I would: budget me. And that one phrase became the start of a journey I didn't see coming, one that would completely transform how I thought about money, control, and peace of mind. This is that story. The week after that sleepless night, things started to feel different, not better, just heavier. At work, there were rumors about optimization. That's the new corporate word for replacement. They said a new AI platform could handle half the department's workload faster, cheaper, and without coffee breaks. I remember sitting in the meeting room, pretending to take notes, while my manager explained how this innovation would make us more efficient. But all I heard was, "You're next." That night, I opened my bank app again. My paycheck had just landed, and almost immediately, it was gone. Rent. Utilities. Minimum credit card payment. Inflation was rising faster than my salary. Groceries cost more. Everything cost more. I realized I was working full-time just to stay afloat, not to move forward. And for the first time, I understood something painful: I wasn't poor because I didn't earn enough. I was poor because I didn't see where my money went. My phone buzzed with yet another payment notification, a subscription I didn't even use. I laughed bitterly. "I'm paying for my own ignorance," I whispered. That's when frustration turned into something else: determination. If AI could replace my job, maybe it could also replace my excuses. If it could learn my spending habits, maybe it could teach me to control them. I decided I was done living blind. Done scrolling through fake success stories online while drowning in quiet debt. So, I did something radical, something almost embarrassing to admit. I opened my phone's AI assistant and said, "Budget me. Show me what I can't see." There was a pause. Then a voice said, "Analyzing your past 3 months of transactions," and in that moment, watching numbers, charts, and expenses unfold in front of me, I realized this wasn't about money anymore. It was about control. About facing the truth, and finally deciding to change. When I first said, "Budget me," I didn't expect much. I thought maybe my phone would show me a few numbers, maybe a pie chart, something basic. But within seconds, my entire financial life appeared on the screen, organized, color-coded, and brutally honest. My phone had tracked every single transaction from the past 3 months: groceries, streaming services, impulse Amazon buys, random delivery tips. It even showed the midnight fast food runs I thought no one noticed. Seeing it all laid out like that, it was like looking in a mirror for the first time, one that didn't lie. I realized my money wasn't disappearing, I was spending it in the dark. The AI assistant's voice was calm, almost empathetic. "Would you like me to create a smart budget plan?" I hesitated, but then tapped yes. Instantly, it calculated an optimized plan: 50% for essentials, 30% for wants, 20% for savings and debt reduction. It even adjusted those ratios based on my city's living costs and past spending habits. Then it asked, "Would you like to automate your savings?" That one line, "automate your savings," changed everything. Because I realized I didn't need more discipline. I needed systems. I set it up. Every week, the AI moved a small amount from my checking account into savings before I could even think about spending it. I barely noticed at first. But after a month, I checked my balance, and there it was, my first real emergency fund. That moment hit me harder than any paycheck ever did. The more I trusted the system, the more control I gained. The AI started sending insights like, you spend 22% more on weekends. Canceling unused subscriptions could save you $340 a year. Investing your spare $5 daily could build $2,000 in a year. I was no longer reacting to money, I was responding to it. Over time, I began exploring deeper features, AI-powered investing apps that analyzed market trends and micro-invested spare change. Budget planners that adjusted goals when inflation shifted. Smart automation that sent alerts when I neared overspending thresholds. And the crazy part? It didn't just manage my money, it changed my mindset. I started saying no to things I didn't need, not because I couldn't afford them, but because I understood what that money could become. My phone stopped being a distraction. It became a mentor, a digital accountability partner whispering, stay consistent. You're building freedom. Within 3 months, I paid off my smallest credit card. Within 6, I had a savings buffer. And for the first time in years, I felt something I hadn't felt before, peace. That's when I realized something profound, AI isn't replacing us. It's revealing us, helping us see the patterns we ignore, the habits we hide, and the potential we forget we have. All it took was one command, budget me. And what started as a plea for help became a blueprint for transformation. When my AI started managing my money, I realized something simple but powerful. The problem was never a lack of money, it was a lack of management. Most of us don't lose money because we spend recklessly, we lose it because we don't see where it's going. AI changed that for me, and it can change it for anyone. Here's what I learned, lessons that don't just save dollars, but rebuild peace of mind. Automate what you avoid. The truth is, willpower is unreliable. But automation? That's discipline you don't have to think about. I set up my AI budgeting app to automatically move 10% of every paycheck into savings the moment it hit my account. I didn't even see that money, so I never missed it. Over time, that small, invisible act turned into a habit, one I didn't even have to maintain. Think of it like brushing your teeth. You don't negotiate it, you just do it. When your savings happen on autopilot, you're not trying to save anymore, you're simply someone who saves. Track, don't judge. One of the biggest shifts for me was learning to analyze my spending without guilt. My AI app broke down every purchase, not to shame me, but to show me patterns. I realized I spent nearly $200 a month on small snacks and takeout. That's over $2,000 a year, the cost of a full vacation. When you track, you replace shame with strategy. AI gives you clarity, not criticism. It's like having a financial therapist that quietly observes your habits and gently says, here's where you can do better. Use AI to multiply, not just manage. Once my basics were automated, I wanted my money to work, not just sit. That's where AI-driven investment tools came in. Apps like robo-advisors and micro-investing platforms can analyze your goals, risk tolerance, and time horizon, then invest for you. I started small, $5 a day. Barely noticeable. But over time, my AI kept reallocating, reinvesting dividends, and adapting to market trends faster than I ever could. It taught me something profound: compounding isn't just about money, it's about consistency. The same principle applies to discipline. Small daily habits, automated and optimized by AI, grow into financial freedom. AI isn't cold, it's a mirror. A lot of people fear AI because it feels mechanical, distant, unfeeling. But when I used it to manage my finances, it became something else, a mirror that reflected my choices, my emotions, my priorities. Every transaction told a story. When I was stressed, I spent. When I was confident, I saved. AI didn't judge me, it just showed me myself. And the more I faced that truth, the more I changed. Because money isn't just math. It's emotion. And when you use AI to remove the chaos, you finally see what you truly value. The new definition of wealth used to mean luxury, big houses, fast cars, the appearance of success. But AI helped me redefine it. Wealth is sleeping peacefully because your bills are automated. Wealth is knowing your savings grow while you live your life. Wealth is freedom from money anxiety. In a world where technology moves faster than we can blink, real wealth is stability powered by intelligence. AI won't make you rich overnight. But it can give you something far more valuable, a system that works even when you don't. Narration, closing tone for this section today. My finances aren't perfect, but they're predictable. My phone doesn't just track my money, it protects my future. And that's what I want people to understand. You don't have to outwork the system anymore. You just have to outsmart it. And sometimes, all it takes is one small command. Budget me. When I first asked my phone to budget me, I thought I was asking for numbers. What I really asked for was clarity. AI didn't just fix my finances, it fixed my relationship with money. It stripped away the fear, the guilt, the confusion, and replaced it with understanding. I used to think money was about survival. Now, I see it's about alignment, aligning what I earn with what I value. The truth is, AI isn't here to replace us. It's here to reveal us. It reflects our habits, magnifies our decisions, and gives us the power to see patterns we couldn't see before. And once you see clearly, you can't go back to the dark. My savings didn't grow because AI is magical. They grew because I stopped running from the truth and started working with it. The world is changing faster than ever: automation, inflation, uncertainty. But here's the secret: technology isn't the enemy. Ignorance is. Every day, we hand our phones the power to distract us. Maybe it's time we hand them the power to discipline us. Because the moment you let AI manage your money with intention, you stop reacting to your life and start designing it. And maybe, one day, you'll look at your phone and smile, not because it showed you a meme, but because it showed you freedom. So if you've ever felt lost, tired, or afraid of the future, remember, the smartest way to beat uncertainty is to build consistency. Start with one habit. One command. One small act of control. Say it. Mean it. Budget me. And watch what happens next. Hit subscribe for more stories that change how you see money and yourself.